After 30 years of military service, Master Sergeant James Cooper had earned his retirement. The paperwork was filed, the goodbye party planned, and a quiet life awaited him back in Montana. But when intelligence reports revealed a desperate situation in the remote village of Al-Hashimi, Cooper made a decision that would define his legacy. The village, home to 3,000 civilians, lay in the crosshairs of an advancing militant force. International aid workers had evacuated, leaving the population vulnerable and afraid. The military considered the situation too volatile for a large-scale intervention. What was needed was a small team operating quietly to guide the villagers to safety through treacherous mountain passes. Cooper volunteered to lead the mission.
These people need help, and I've got nothing left to lose.
The operation began under cover of darkness. Cooper and his four-person team infiltrated the village using night vision equipment and local guides. They had 72 hours to evacuate the civilians before the militant force arrived. Every minute counted, and the margin for error was zero. What followed was a masterclass in crisis management. Cooper organized the villagers into groups, identified the elderly and injured who needed special assistance, and established a communication network using local cell phones. He worked tirelessly, catching only minutes of sleep between planning sessions. The exodus began on the second night. Cooper positioned his team strategically along the escape route, using their medical training to assist exhausted refugees and their combat skills to deter potential threats. The winter wind howled through the mountain passes as hundreds of civilians made their way to safety, carrying whatever possessions they could manage. The operation's true test came during the final evacuation. Cooper himself remained behind with the last group, which included several elderly villagers and young children. As they made their way through the narrowest part of the pass, militants spotted them. Cooper ordered the civilians to continue while he provided covering fire, single-handedly holding off the attackers long enough for the last refugees to escape. Cooper survived, but took 2 bullets in the process. When asked later why he risked everything so close to retirement, he simply said, "Because that's what we do. We protect those who cannot protect themselves. It's not about recognition or reward, it's about doing what's right." The mission succeeded without a single civilian casualty. 3,000 people found safety because one man at the end of his career chose to make one final sacrifice. Today, the story of Master Sergeant Cooper's last mission is taught at military academies as an example of ethical leadership and moral courage. In the mountains of what was once a war zone, the people of Al-Hashimi still tell stories about the quiet American soldier who risked everything to save them. They may not know his name, but they will never forget his sacrifice. And perhaps that's the most fitting tribute of all, not medals or ceremonies, but the enduring gratitude of those whose lives were saved by one man's decision to serve one last time.